Hello, I'm M.K. Davis. We're going to listen to some more from the old bear hunter. This was an interview. I actually played the first part already, but it's going to contain some less than flattering language. So I just sort of cut it out of there. So if you hear, go silent for a second or two, that's why. But it's some very good stuff otherwise in this. So let's just listen in.
People are hesitant. Well, and even the ones that's alive, they don't want to really talk about it a lot,
Well, I think they're humans myself.
Yeah, I figured.
Humans.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why they won't call them Bigfoot. They just call them the big ones. It's kind of keeps it in a vague area.
Yeah. But I know one thing. I'm not a gruesome type. I guess I am, but I'm not one. But if I could ever get a gun, I'd put one down if I could, just and take a chance on going to prison for killing a human, just to prove what they are.
Well, let me ask you this: if you got a good look at it before you took your shot, would you still do it if it looked human?
Yeah, I would.
You still would?
I still would, just because what I'd do if I could kill one and prove it was human, then I would go to my state senator here because I already talked to it. I talk to him all the time. King favors me. Mike. Anyway,
Oh, you ain't talking about Mike Huckabee, are you?
No, I know Mike Huckabee too. Mike Ross.
Mike Ross, okay.
U.S. Senator, or Congressman, or whatever. And he's already told me if I get one, to get a hold of him and he'd get it started to make them outlaw the hunting for them.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and that's what I'd want to do.
So that would be the reason you would have for shooting one is
right.
to actually to save them.
Right, because I think that they are humans. Leftover prehistoric humans.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I wouldn't want to kill one just to be wiping out the creatures. I'd want, or if I could get in, if I still have my tranquilize one, a young one, and then fight with the young ones to get it out away from them and get the heck out of town with it,
Yeah, do you have a tranquilizer gun?
I used to. I get one,
Yeah, well, I mean that's a good option rather than shoot them if you could get one live,
Tranquilizer and put them to sleep and put them in a cage. I was going to build a cage. I already got the frame. I got the framework to put together, and I even tried to get a federal permit to use it, but I couldn't use it because the trap would catch bears. They'd say, well, you're trapping bears, and Mike Ross told me he possibly could get me a federal permit to use this trap. I was wanting to make a trap to try to trap one.
Is that why you were in California or somewhere else?
Well, that ain't why I was in California, but this is just here in the last few months I talked to him.
Oh, okay.
And I'd like to build a trap on wheels and bait it and try to catch one. But you'd have to make it really, you'd have to be strong.
What would you use for bait?
Cloves.
What?
Oranges.
Oh, yeah, okay, fruit.
Scent.
Yeah.
What I'd do, I'm serious, I'd go and I'd find me some women that was on their menstrual periods, and pay them to collect me their blood when they're on the period.
You think that would work?
Well, yeah. I think it would.
Have you ever heard of it being used before?
Yes, I have.
Did it work?
Yeah. Not with humans, but I mean, I've used animal urine stuff.
Yeah. I see what you're talking about.
I've taken bitches and where they were in heat and make where they slept, and took it out and took it up, put it in traps, and I've caught wild dogs and cows that way. They'll come in and try to get to that bitch that's in heat. And they smell that scent in that cage, and they'll go in with it to see where it's coming from. Everything. So.
Well, Larry.
And I've done the same thing with hogs, where my females is in heat, and collect their urine where they run in, and catch them, set around. I've watched them. I've actually walked away from them to pee and catch their urine as they pee in a bottle before.
Are you up to a trip to California this year?
Well, I am physically, but not financially.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm just not financially able to go.
But physically, you're okay.
Yeah, physically I'm okay. There's this guy out of down. Anyway, he's out of Houston. I've been talking to him. I haven't talked to him in the last 6-8 months. He's wanting to put all the money up and put up all the finances and the equipment and all this to go in. But the whole deal of it is, he's another Tom Piscardi. He wants you to sign that deal. He sent me a deal, actually. Wants me to sign it. And in the little print, anything we find, whatever, it belongs to him.
Okay, now who is it? Who is this guy?
His name is Mike. I think his last name is Phillips. Mike Phillips out of Houston.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. He said that he's, anyway.
Well, you don't want to go out there and bust your butt.
No, I'm not.
And then give it away,
Don't take anybody like that. I told him, I said, you give me the money, and I'll document whatever I find, and photograph what I find, and I'll let you know about it. But I'm not going to take you with me. That's what happened when I went out there 2 years ago. I got out there, and there was Tom Piscardi's bunch and the Texas Bigfoot Association. Both are there.
Really?
Down there at that camp at the bottom off I.G. Road down in there. 2 bunches were in there.
Oh, you must be talking about Louse Camp.
No, down, not Louse Camp, back up from Louse Camp, down on where that little dead end road is down there.
Okay, they were down there on Bluff Creek?
Where you go through the cut.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah, there's 2 bunches of them down there. I got, yeah. And they told me it came about that ranger there at Orleans had notified them.
Had notified them about what?
About the situation down there.
And what situation? I'm not sure if I'm following you.
Well, about the Bigfoot, where the Patterson film.
You mean the ranger told them where they may?
That's what they indicated.
The ranger told them where they might find the Bigfoot buried?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now.
Yeah.
So they got a ranger that looks out for them.
Yeah.
They're in Orleans.
They're in Orleans, yeah. But anyway, I stuck around for a little while, and I'd go off and they'd want to go walking with me. I couldn't say, hey, get your ass away from me,
Yeah.
Couldn't do that. But one of the, and he was one that works with Ivan, with Tom Piscardi real close.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, I don't think Biscardi's even doing nothing right now, is he?
I don't know. I had his phone numbers, and I had old Blubber Bob's phone number and all that, and none of them is answering their phones.
Well, no, Java Bob's not working for Biscardi anymore, I don't think. He's down there in San Diego somewhere.
He is?
Yeah.
Well, him and his wife had a store and everything there at Happy Camp.
Yeah, I like Bob. He was seemed like a good guy. He took a lot of heat for Tom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom had some good people with him over the years, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
me and Bob got into it down there at Harris, Texas. And, Don was there when it happened. And I just flat let them know what cow ate the cabbage with it. You know, they invited me to come down there and be with them and all this kind of stuff. Paid me. And then when it got down there, then he refused to give me my money. And then he started dictating to me what I could and couldn't do. And I told him, I said, you just take this whole deal and stick it up your ass. You're just, well, anyway, a bunch of stuff.
well, okay.
And his boy caught me on the road as I was leaving, talked me into coming back. You know, old Bob got Biscardi on the phone. And old Biscardi started telling me this and that, and I told him, I said, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you facts. I told him what cow ate the cabbage going. I don't go for this lying. I don't go for this. It's, you know, that, because they.
Well, you know it better than I do.
Peggy put me in track with them, and Tom called me and invited me to go with them and paid me to go with them. But I told him, I said, you're not my cup of tea.
Well, I'll tell you what now, you find all types in this business, and I think sometimes I wonder if it's not better to go live in the woods like a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Why, you wanting to go back out there?
Oh yeah, I've got kind of hankering to. I'd wait and see if my money comes, or you know, I have to. My finances are not what they used to be either, but you know, if the money were to come, and I think that I would probably go.
Yeah. My wife, she just turned 81 years old.
Well,
I got to watch and take care of her, and I can't leave. The last time I was gone, she stayed here by herself.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm telling you, time don't stand still for nobody, and situations change. And sometimes if you miss a chance to go, then you don't get that chance back, you know.
I know it. Well, I'll be 67 my birthday. In just 3 years, I'll be 70. And every minute, you get that much less of a chance of going.
That's what I mean. And I'm not your age, but I have some health issues, you know.
And the bad part about up there, where it's at, everything is changing all the time. When I was up there, people, they were dead. My old friends had died, this and that. The old Indians that I hunted with, the young guys, younger than me, they're dead.
Wow.
Horse killed one, this, that, you know. Things all changed up and everything.
And you know what? The longer as time goes by, the more it changes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's eventually going to be where nobody's unrecognizable, and it's going to be just lost to history, you know.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't heard from you. It's been over a year, so.
Yeah, it's been a while, Larry. I appreciate your call, man. Good to hear from you. Good to hear you're doing good.
Yeah. And give me a call sometime.
Well, I will. I mean, I've been thinking about you. I'll give you. We'll talk a little more than we have. Like I said, I've been wrestling with some health issues, and you know, of course, we've had first one thing then another. You know, we had this tornado down here, which we had 2 more tornadoes since then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
One hit the downtown
we had a lot of
area.
snow and stuff here.
Yeah, and we had 4 inches of snow on the ground a couple of days ago. It's about gone now.
Well, we had 7, and then we got 5 more on top of that.
Well, that's a lot.
And it was down to 4 degrees one morning. And then that afternoon it was up to 50.
That's the South for you. If you don't like the weather, just hang around. It'll change.
Yeah, I know. Just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen.
Well, man, I thank you for your call. I appreciate it. We'll keep it a little better in touch. I promise that.
Okay.
You still got your gun, don't you?
Huh?
You still got your gun, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I still got it.
You hang on. You hang on, cause that sucker may end up being something, man.
Yeah, I know it, but just whatever. Well, if nothing else, I'm going to just hang on to it. Just because it was Ivan's.
Yeah.
It's worth something because it was Ivan's gun.
I think so.
I think, anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe not very many people would, you know.
Well, I'm gonna let you go. Talk to you later.
All right. Well, good. Okay, good night.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. You know, there's a lot to think about in the old bear hunter story. And the story, he's not through with it yet. There'll be more. But this is enough for right now. Sit down and think about these things and digest them. And see what it means to you. And I thank you for your time.